Hello everyone, Kamakaze Ekun here, and today I am responding to my friend Wartrain, who had issued a challenge. That challenge being is to think of the one thing that I regret selling in my video game collection. Now this guy is an awesome content creator who also goes by the name Wartrain Wins. Do me a favor, check out his channel when you're done watching. But before I continue, I'd also like to give a shout out to a few of my friends here on YouTube. We also have Steve Craig Retro Games, Sam from Contagious Collection, and Ace from Fit2Play Games. So the video that I had planned on doing was it was an item for my gaming collection that I had actually put money down on. And despite doing that, I decided against it, pulled the money back, and ended up finding out that this item was purchased about 2 or 3 days later. Now, granted, this is probably one of the top 5 stupidest decisions I think in my lifetime that I have ever made. And that says something. That really says something right there. So, to start off, how do I go about this? This was about 7 years ago. This was when I first started collecting retro video games. You know, for most of my life, I was into collecting PlayStation and PlayStation games alone. But there was one guy who owned a pawn shop I would always frequent all the time. And one of the coolest finds I have gotten from there was up there on my shelf. I have a boxed NES. It came with 3 games and a boxed game, all for $20. Like, this thing was complete, beautiful, immaculate. Like, that kind of gives you a picture of, you know, the kind of deals this guy was willing to make. So, one day I went into his shop, and, you know, again, I was kind of new to the collecting scene. Didn't really think much, you know, in hindsight of, you know, hey, maybe I'll find this in the future. No, this thing was like literally a once in a lifetime deal that I don't think I would ever get on any level. even in the worst condition, I don't think I would get this item in for the price that he was offering it for me. So, to give you an idea of what it was, back when arcade cabinets were popular, they had various models and makes of these cabinets. The one most people are familiar with are just the standalone, you know, massive, you know, room-hogging arcade stand-up cabinets. Well, then there were also ones that were like bar tops, you know, ones you would see, you know, obviously in bars. And this other type was it was a cocktail arcade machine, which to put this out there, it's basically it's a table you would sit at. On the table itself is the monitor, and on top of that is just a sheet of glass or plexiglass, or I don't necessarily know what they use to, you know, cover the monitor to make sure you're not spilling your drinks on the monitor itself. And what this guy had was an original cocktail arcade machine of Donkey Kong. I'm not even joking. It was a cocktail machine of Donkey Kong. And you want to know how much he offered this for me? $150. I shit you not, $150 for what could be probably the crowning piece of my video game collection, even to this day, had I gone through with the purchase. So what had happened, I put $50 down on this, and I was like, okay, yes, I want this in my collection, you know, and I told him by the end of the week I would have the other $100. And in hindsight, I kind of wish I just took out a loan or a payday advance or something else, because my mentality was at the time, again, hey, I'll be able to find one of these again for this price, not a problem, you know, because I was always finding games left and right that were just cheap as all hell. And one of my kind of one like something I've always worried about is not having enough money. Say, you know, we ended up, you know, stranded somewhere. I would at least be able to get us a hotel for the night and be able to figure things out, or say an emergency would come up. You know, I always wanted to make sure I had at least a little bit of money left on me. And at that point in time, you know, I was just like, you know, it's a little bit too much for me. I can't afford it. You know, again, really wish I just decided, hey, let's just take out a loan. That would be so much easier. But I had called him the next week and said, you know what, I'll just take my $50 back. Whoever buys it, that's fine. You know, and I was thinking to myself, maybe I'll come back in a little while. I'll still see it and I'll pick it up. But no, the cabinet itself was gone within 2 days. So that is my biggest regret as far as things that I have. Well, I didn't necessarily sell it off per se, but I did, like I said, I did put money down on this, and I did, you know, end up passing this up, and it was an absolutely terrible decision that haunts me to this day. So thank you again, though, for sticking around to hear my story. I want to thank War Train again for, you know, giving me this opportunity to tell this story. Like I said, it haunts me. It really does. And please, in the comments section, like I said, it was about 7 years ago. I had no idea that I would never find one of these again. So if you haven't yet, please do consider subscribing to my channel. Leave a comment, a like down below. You know, I'm also hosting a subscriber giveaway as well for my 50th subscriber giveaway. If you haven't done that yet, I will leave the link down below in this video. So I guess that ends my biggest regret. So I guess, you know what? Until next time, guys, thank you for watching.